up, girl?
What is wrong with you? I love it. Hi, everyone. What up, girl? What if we were like, let's make a move to start saying that?
What up, girl?
Episode 227.
Oh,
coming at you live from Mountain near LA.
Yes.
Palos Verdes.
Palos Verdes Estate.
What does that stand for? Like in stand for. What does that translate to? Green.
Mountain. Verde. Oh, wait. No, green. Palos Verdes. Green.
Mountain, maybe.
No.
People are
That's
screaming
Calle.
at their...
No, isn't Calle Mountain?
I really don't know, Sarah.
Gosh, my Spanish is bad.
We are pathetic losers.
Wow.
I don't like it.
You know what? Learn Spanish is one of the things I need to do.
Me too.
We should have a race to see who can learn the most Spanish
Why does everything
all summer.
have to be a competition?
Well, I don't know.
That's really funny.
I won't do it unless it's incentivized.
Well, Lincoln
and winning is enough.
Has this program through his school where we practice his reading, and there's a section online where it's all in Spanish, and he knows Spanish, so he reads the books and then he tells me what they say.
That's
in
good.
English. It's insane.
Oh, man.
That's
such a skill. He's going to... Well, I mean, in my field, I would say 75 to 80%, if not more, of the job listings say we prefer bilingual.
All right.
Well, and I'm working in a program where 100% of the families are English as their second language.
Okay.
And it is very difficult to...
Do you remember
translate theoretical concepts?
The app that was recommended or created by the guy that we interviewed from Moonwalking with Einstein?
We should try that.
I tried it for a while.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I tried it with Portuguese, but yeah.
Oh, good.
And it's fun. It's not like
okay, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'll have to ask him
the
what
irony
it's called.
that it was a book about memory. And
right. What's that
thing called again?
Yes. All right.
Touch you nothing.
I wanted to talk about something that, I don't know, people might get mad at me. I don't know.
Oh, I love this going in.
Do you, and I checked in with the Brain Candy Crush, which is our Facebook group that you should join. But I checked in with them about this because I thought maybe I'm missing something and I don't want to cause a controversy if I'm being unfair.
Okay, where are we going with this? Can't wait. I'm on board though.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
No. What are you familiar with the Carrie Underwood situation where a few months ago she posted on Instagram a picture of her wrapped up in this blue and white scarf, like a winter scarf, covering her face?
Yeah, something happened to her face, right?
And at the time she wrote in the caption, she had had a really terrible accident. She was walking the dog and it was, I think, icy.
Yeah.
And she fell and had to get 40 stitches in her face. She shattered her wrist. It was a really bad accident.
Yeah.
But in that post in which she did not reveal her face, she said she just wanted to let everybody know that she's still healing, but that it might not look quite the same whenever it's all said and done. Okay. So then over the next 3 months or so, she posted on Instagram, but it was either a throwback pic or one in which her face was not revealed. And so there was sort of this sense of what is going to
shroud of mystery.
Yeah. But then her album was just released and she performed, I think, at the CMAs and different Grand Ole Opry. And to me, she looks basically the same. There's a very, very small difference in her lip and what's this called? Cleft area?
Or palate or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, but honest to God, nothing to speak of at all. And so for me, it felt like a little bit odd. Not that she was nervous. I totally understand that feeling of what am I going to look like when I heal? But just that all along she kept hiding it. And then when the album comes out, she revealed that
the timing was kind of
it seemed a little bit strange.
The only thing I can think of is that, or the thing that comes to mind first, though, is that doctors tend to be the least optimistic bunch.
True.
They will give you worst case scenario. And I think especially when it comes to cosmetic plastic surgeons, they want to keep expectations low.
True.
Because you're not going to look just like you did before. And as anybody knows, if you get one, people can feel like they look totally different if they have one thing on their face that's just like a little bit
off. And I'm sure under her makeup she has a scar that really bothers her.
Yeah.
Or at least, she's
and
very
somebody
aware
who
of.
And I also could imagine that there were other people around her who catastrophized it and were like, oh my God, what are we going to do now that you've ruined your face? And said a few hurtful things that could have put her in a mental place where she thought that she really was in panic mode.
Yeah. And then
maybe got the advice to, yeah, you look great, but let's hold off and not put a picture up for the next few weeks.
Because to me, that would have made it a different story. Like if there was just no shroud of mystery and it was like you could see what she was referring to and then watch it progress or not or whatever.
I have to look at pictures.
Yeah. And, I do see a slight change, but, and other people on the Brain Candy Crush said, if she hadn't come out and announced it, then when she did come out, everyone thinks she'd have certain.
Oh my God, she can't. Like, it looks absolutely barely different at all.
Yeah, but people would have been like, "Did she get her lips done?"
Oh,
I get why she had to tell.
I see.
I do get that. I do not get why it was all hidden for so long, and it was like this big buildup, and then we were like, "Oh, you look like better than almost any other human I've ever seen."
I think she still looks
on your worst day. You look amazing,
right?
But I am sympathetic, and I know it's a complicated thing when you're in the industry, when your face is like a commodity.
Yeah.
It just sort of bothered me. But I don't want to be rude about it because I've never been in that position. But
yeah, that I feel like there probably are some layers to it, though.
Yeah, there's more to that story, for sure.
There's more to the story. Like maybe her manager or like the PR people, whoever are running that PR machine.
Yeah.
Said... Maybe she wants, because they're not sitting there like you and me, like, oh my God, this is such a cute picture of me and my son. I'm just going to post it. It's like people look at it. It's a business, and it's run like a business. And it's like that's part of her promotion of herself. So I don't think it's her who's really making the calls.
True.
And. With this one with the headscarf thing, I think they just have to get in front of things so TMZ doesn't get the pictures first, and they're like,
yeah, maybe she didn't want people like selling pictures of her injuries.
Yeah,
I get that.
I think they're probably
all right. I think we made some progress here.
Yeah, and this is usually reversed, where I come out and being like, I have a problem with this, and then you get
Talk
me.
You off the ledge.
Yes. So this is.
It's just that I like her so much.
Yeah,
and I do think she's so real, and to me, it felt a little bit produced and a little bit like. I was a little disappointed in knowing that there was a team of people probably advising her, and that it was.
I'm sure there are.
It's a sensitive subject.
I was watching some clip from the Kardashians, and it was when what's the one who just had a baby with the big lips? Kylie.
I wanted to see if you could.
Kylie, she.
You did good there.
I did. She was launching a new lipstick, like a restock of her lipstick, and. There were like 10 people waiting around who were instructing her on exactly what to write in the.
How do you know?
Because they were all on the clip. Yeah. Oh. And she's like, okay, do I press send out? They're like, yes. It was that. Like,
whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when it's a product too, like.
Yeah, that's true.
But there was. Do you remember back in, I don't know, it must have been a year ago now, that Scott, what's his last name?
Yeah.
He, or no, one of them. Maybe it was Rob.
Yeah.
I swear it was that guy, though.
It probably was.
I think it was Scott. He was promoting like a protein powder.
Mm-hmm.
And
this sounds vaguely familiar.
He must have cut and paste, the copy that you get sent by the sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So the way it works oftentimes is if you get paid for an Instagram post or something, the company will tell you what they need you to say, and then you're supposed to put it in the caption. Sometimes in your own words.
Yeah.
In this case, I guess he didn't want to do that, or he wasn't allowed. So he cut and paste, but he forgot to take out the bit where it was like, here's what you need to say.
So did Vicky from Real Housewives. Did the same thing.
Tell me everything.
Same thing on a skincare line.
No.
And then we were like,
that is terrible.
Maybe you might want to actually read what you're... And it said, something along these lines would be nice, and da-da-da-da. Make sure to include this and this and this.
You wouldn't... I mean, you would, but... I think the average person would not believe how much money you can make on that, because I know people complain about it. I see them
millions of followers, yeah,
or even like your amount of followers.
What the fuck?
You're
what am I doing?
at your level. You should be able to charge $1,000
oh
per
my God.
post.
I'm not doing this, people.
Yeah,
what am I doing?
By the way, Sarah doesn't do that.
I don't.
And the funny thing is, you had to put that someone was a sponsor just because they work with us on the podcast, but they didn't pay for your Instagram.
They didn't. Nobody does.
Right, but you still have to do it because people flag you. They think you're being paid.
I'm like, I wish.
You should be.
I should. Damn.
But we just genuinely like the crap that we talk about.
Yeah, you want to give me something to sling? I'll do it.
Speaking of.
Yeah, what we got?
Well, I recently got the... like we were talking about the refill on our toothbrush.
Yes.
Okay. So did you actually change yours? I knew you did.
You know what? I looked at it today. It's still in the bag underneath my sink because I've changed the toothpaste and not the brush.
Sarah, here's the thing. Okay, so we both have Quip toothbrushes, which are these really sleek and gorgeous toothbrushes that like mount to your mirror. They look really cute in your bathroom, but they also work high tech and they like pulsate and clean your teeth really good. Mm-hmm. My dentist actually commented.
Oh.
She goes, did you come in sooner because your teeth are... I was like, thank you for asking. No, I just got an awesome toothbrush.
Nice.
But, okay, here's what I want to say. So they send you the refill and then you replace the head, the brush part. This process, I had such a boner about. Sarah! So you take the head off, right? And then,
I just love that you're just using the word head and boner in the same sentence in the ad.
Right. You're welcome, Quip. No. So you take the old head off, and so then you have like the handle bit.
Yeah.
And there's like old toothpaste, that gets on that.
Yeah, sure
you use the old head to clean it.
Oh, that does give me organizational wet feelings.
It gets all clean.
Yes, that's lovely.
And then you put on the new head, and you feel like $1 million, and I'm like, oh, this changes everything.
Okay, well, now I need to do that because I'm sure mine's gross with toothpaste.
Now, I should say like what I'm actually supposed to say, which is that it's an electric toothbrush that's a fraction of the cost of those old bulky brushes that people used to have that like take up your whole vanity. And then they have the right amount of vibrations to help clean your teeth, has a built-in timer, all that great stuff. Everyone I know that has one loves it. They were on Oprah's O list, and you can get one with a deal. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/braincandy right now, you'll get your first refill pack that gave me that experience that I just described with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/braincandy, spelled GETQUIP.com/braincandy. I'm going to take a picture too. I want you guys to see it on my Instagram that I am doing for free because I'm not one of these fancy people. But Sarah, you could be making bank, but I do get a kick out of when those people do it wrong. Like,
oh my God.
And post the wrong
so
crap.
Funny.
But I think like it's a little weird that people hate it so much. You know how like people hate when people on Instagram promote stuff?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you know what? I don't know. The only
Does it bother you?
I would say some of the best products that I own have come from things that people like. I love. There's like a tooth whitening thing that I use that I really love. Then I love like. I mean, I find stuff online.
I know.
All
I don't
the
know
time.
what the big deal is, but people hate it.
Shoes, great bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Anyway.
all of our stuff. Speaking of celebrities sharing things.
Yes.
Did you hear that Oprah likes to smoke weed?
No way.
Gail went on Ellen and
Yeah.
admitted that Oprah smokes weed.
Shut the front door.
And then was like, yeah, Oprah smoked like, and the best was that Gail was like you, and she was like, I've never smoked a marijuana cigarette. And then the easiest way to know if somebody's not a stoner is that they call it a marijuana cigarette.
It is funny because I am for sure Gail in this equation, and you are for sure Oprah.
Totally.
What did she say? Like
that she was like, I've never had a marijuana cigarette, but like Oprah's tried,
doobies.
and then she was like, I can't say anymore.
It doesn't surprise me Oprah really loves booze too. She's a huge tequila fan.
Oh.
She gets real fancy tequila shooters and like has it with a lime and
Nice. Oh, then I bet she's doing the weed real good.
Why?
Could you, Oprah?
Oh, like the good weed.
She's not getting any skunk stuff from some
skunk stuff.
Crappy delivery guy who's giving her half oregano.
Is that a thing?
No, but I bet it's like a thing that like if like really cheesy white parents try to go pick up weed somewhere, you could just give them a bag of
they have no idea
catnip and they'll smoke that. Is this what the kids are smoking?
Okay, so there's these like levels of how good it is in the same way that wine.
Totally.
Okay, what
like,
determines whether it's
there's
good? There's
organically grown stuff. There's just different qualities of. I mean, just like anything, if you grow it under the right, it's a plant. You grow it under the right conditions, then it's more potent, and you can like get it to have different effects and blah blah blah. There are a whole bunch of different kinds. The same way, remember how we read that article about the honey or the bees that, the cherries and the bees had red honey. Mm-hmm. Well, it's the same kind of thing. If they're pollinated in certain ways by certain flowers, it can taste like it'll taste
certain
like
things.
Melon or lemon or.
Right.
Lavender or whatever. So I'm guessing Oprah's getting the good stuff.
What are your thoughts on that new company called Juul that like has they look like USB thingies, drives, and they are vaping, but they are they're called like the smartphone of vaping.
Oh, are they like little triangles?
I think they're rectangle.
Oh, rectangle. Like a little, it looks like a little...
These look like a USB drive, like that you'd put into your computer.
Well, I'm kind of anti-vaping.
Yeah, why?
Because I don't think we really know what those chemicals can do. Mm-hmm. And I think the solvents that are added to that are not good for you. It's the same, I heard that it's the same stuff that's in, like, fog machines.
Sorry, I don't know why that's true.
Yeah, it's like really not, funny. It couldn't
What's
be good.
in a fog machine?
I don't know, probably some chemicals. Like, I think that there are seriously addictive, but here's the deal. Is it better than... This just in. Chemicals in vaping are the same as what's found in fog machines.
Thanks for doing that. Carry on, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, is it better than smoking a cigarette?
Well,
yeah.
So I read an article in the New Yorker about the company Juul because a friend of ours is thinking about maybe working for them. And she was talking about how she's ambivalent about it because of the way that they really market to kids. But
the flavors, I mean, come on.
Like, they don't say they do, of course, but it's very similar to the way the tobacco industry did that, and then that was outlawed or whatever. But high school kids, it's become almost like an epidemic.
It really has.
And you can get they basically removed all the gross stuff about cigarettes, the tar and the smell, and replaced it with cucumber or whatever really nice scents. But the pediatricians are like, there are huge health implications
and
here.
Nicotine, period, is not good to be having.
Yeah, it's controversial because we don't know a lot. Yeah. But I mean, my baseline is sort of like, what is the good in it? What good comes? Because they talk about how nicotine is simultaneously an upper and a downer. Yeah. So if you're nervous, it calms you down. And if you need energy, it gives you a boost, which is a really addictive thing because it's
so short-lived. It has such a short half-life. I mean, it's really like 15 minutes once the tolerance is...
Get out.
It's
what so... is the big
between
deal?
That's like people become
it's like
chain
a dang
smokers.
Whippet.
Like... That's if you become
because they want to keep that.
Yeah, that doesn't the high of it does not last very long.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it was a really good article. I mean, if you're interested in that, especially if you have kids, because evidently
it's really not good.
It's become a verb. Like we're
vaping,
juuling.
The
company name has become the verb.
Yeah, like Xerox.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or Kleenex or whatever, and it's like.
That's
ubiquitous.
A problem. Yeah.
That's always a red flag.
And there were, I remember, oh God, there are vaping events and, what do they call it?
VapeCon.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Conventions. Thank you. Like that, where they are holding contests. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. To me, I'm kind of, but again, if you're somebody like, we do a lot of work with people in substance abuse programs, and you don't ever, I mean, go ahead, have it. Better than
right.
meth.
I mean, there's like levels for sure. I mean, I don't want anybody
We're
to
not
panic
taking,
over this.
Nobody's taking away the caffeine or the nicotine from the people at AA.
The article I will put in the newsletter. If you want to sign up, you can go to our website, thebraincandypodcast.com. It was in the New Yorker originally, and it was really exhaustive in its efforts to describe this phenomenon. And I'm so stoked because the New Yorker partnered with us, as you guys have been signing up like crazy, because this deal is insane. I love the New Yorker. I think it's the best magazine in America. And part of what makes it so great is that they cover so many topics.
I love the cartoons.
They have great cartoons.
They're so good.
And I was reading about a little kid on Twitter that went viral because she is like 8 and writes, you can do the captions.
She did it? What?
Yeah, she does a bunch of them. And then they had her come in the office and like she's become
I always try to write my own and I never come up with any good ones. Except I had a good one about the subway. It was like a Subway sandwich pulling into a subway station. I can't remember what it was.
And you felt like you had a good line.
I was like, I bet I can come up with something for that.
Well, the cartoons are great. They also have great articles about politics, news, religion, culture, entertainment, pretty much every topic they cover.
Things to do in the city near you.
I'm super stoked because they just brought in the New Yorker crossword.
What?
This is brand new. And you can do it on so they have a regular app, but then they also have...
Susie's getting it out right now to show me.
They have a separate app called The New Yorker Today, and that's where you can get... There's cartoons on there. There's the crossword, and the crossword is so fun.
Hello, I'm getting this app right now.
Yeah, it's real great. Okay, but you can get a deal. Don't wait. Go to newyorker.com/braincandy. You receive 12 issues for $12 plus that awesome tote bag we can't go talking about. Enter our code BRAINCANDY and you unlock 50% more off your subscription. So it's only free. $6. Get it delivered to your mailbox, inbox, or both. Choose between print, digital, or a combination. Subscribe to The New Yorker and read something that means something. That's 12 issues for $6 and a free tote bag when you go to newyorker.com/braincandy and enter our code BRAINCANDY at checkout and download that app.
I already did.
Yes.
We're good.
It is freaking great. Okay. We'll move away from vaping then.
Okay, and I talked about Oprah smoking weed.
I'm so glad you told me that. You know what's weird about that? I'm sorry to interrupt. Yeah. Like, on one hand, I get it because she's, like, a good time gal and she, like, to do shots and stuff. But then, on the other hand, you would think she might be one of those people that likes to be in control all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's what Ellen said. She's like, I can't do it because I like to be in control.
Really?
But I'm like, I don't think it makes you feel that
Ellen
out of control.
Drink, though?
Yeah, because I think I can't drink it. Like, drinking is worse.
Really?
For me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think she'd be one of those people. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I mean, I just have, like, some more funny stories to share with you.
Fun.
Yeah. Okay, so remember how a couple weeks ago we shared that story of the guy, the superintendent who was dropping a deuce? The pooper attendant.
Yes.
So this one's not nearly as weird, but just another... We can file this under bizarre crimes that people commit.
Yes, I love those.
So there's a woman who has caught a man 2 times in the last few months on her security cameras. He sneaks into the backyard and he goes over to her laundry that's hanging on the line and he smells her laundry.
No.
And then leaves.
What?
And it really does look like he's going to break into the house, and then he just picks up a towel and sniffs it.
No way.
And then leaves.
What do you attribute this madness to?
I am trying to wrap my head. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe she uses a laundry detergent that he really likes.
Come on.
But then, I don't know. What do you think? 2 times?
Well, I always wonder, does he have a boner?
Well, the funniest part was that the news report that I saw, because it's always some local station that does something like this.
Yeah.
So they were reporting, and they're like, the woman whose laundry was sniffed believes it's the...
Wait!
This just in. The woman who had her laundry sniffed believes that it's the same guy both times. I was like, what? It crossed your mind that it might be two different people?
That's so great.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
That is.
Could you imagine?
Where did
copycat
you see this?
sniffer?
Online or on your TV?
On my TV.
That is so great.
Yeah.
Is this local? Sarah, there's a sniffer in Kokomo?
A sniffer loose? No, I don't believe it's local. I believe it was like from some other...
I think it's actually more shocking that someone's hanging their laundry outside, like in the pioneer days. Who's doing that?
But what if you have something that says lay flat on the care instructions?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Or what if you just like your towels dried via summer breeze?
I would be more inclined to do that. In fact, when I read
Your house is like perfect for it.
I know. When I read Ed Begley Jr.'s book about like how to be better towards the environment, I got really into that idea. But then when I think about the garbage in the air, I don't find it as appealing because the air is so dirty.
Yeah.
Even in places like where I am, it's LA, man.
Yeah, LA's got dirty air.
Ew.
Yeah, well.
You don't care.
Fresh summer breeze.
I mean, I just can't imagine. But I do love, like, when you pass somebody's house.
And it smells like laundry? Yeah, I love that too.
Do you have, this is not an ad. Do you have a brand that you love? You don't have to say what it is. I'm just curious.
Well, I have sensitive skin, so I have to use the kind, like the specially formulated scent
the baby
free.
kind?
Like the
Dreft?
kind, well, no, not that, but like the kind that is, you're hilarious, fragrance free and sensitive formula of like, simple, whatever the organic, simple method or whatever.
What happens if you don't?
Smart.
You just get irritated.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so sensitive.
I am so sensitive.
Oh, you should try that Dreft though. Then you smell like, how babies' clothes smell so great.
Yeah.
It's because you have to use like the really nice detergent if you don't want to irritate.
Trying to stay away from fragrances to like keep me like healthy and like cancer free.
Except for perfume.
Well, it's different.
Absolutely.
It's totally different. And there are like good stuff in there, like oils and essentials and amazing beautifulness.
I know. I got this stuff. It's like an essential oil, and it's a citrus. You put it on your wrist.
Ooh, lovely.
You know how we've been like going back and forth about whether we love essential oils?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't decide.
I love them.
Sarah's on board.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
Right.
In that book I read recently, and we had her on, the woman about hype. It's kind of like...
Did she talk about this?
She talked about homeopathy in general.
Yeah.
And just how, like, if you love it, great, but, it's probably useless.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I don't have any notes on this, so this is just going to be like...
garbage.
But I was reading a magazine. Oh, gosh, what magazine was it?
Probably Psychology Today.
Probably, because it was at my school. And it was talking about how we think we're a lot greener than we really are. And how people who are the most green are actually the least likely to carpool. Like the people who think that they're the most green are the ones who are the least likely to take public transportation because they're usually people who are wealthy or more well off, who have the money to care about,
I remember when I was a grad student, you're at Pitt, your school ID gave you free use of all public transportation.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Which I think is so awesome.
Yeah.
So I took the bus every day to school, and I remember I posted something about it on Facebook because, you're usually sitting by somebody that's got...
Postable.
It created a lot of funny stories for me.
Yes.
And some guy who I'll tell you later who, wrote, "Why are you riding the bus?"
I bet I can guess who it is.
You probably can, and I just thought... Well, because I want to help the environment and it's free and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, why would you judge someone for that? That's gross.
Yeah, and also it's super gross
and
because it's like an
student.
amazing thing to do.
I was really happy to do it, and I thought it was a really cool thing.
And in every other country, nobody would even bat an eye at you. Like,
but
no problem.
So that doesn't surprise me because, wealthy people aren't taking the free
There were like
bus.
a whole bunch of ways that people thought they were really green.
Interesting.
But we're not. And laundry, I think, was another one.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did just get a drying rack, though. You'll be happy to know.
Like for your dishes?
No, for my laundry.
Clothes? Oh, nice.
Yeah, but not outside. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, I made the mistake of drying something that was not supposed to be dried.
Me too, Sarah. It was the shirt you gave me. I'm sorry. It shrunk.
Which shirt?
The one I wore last week, the tan one.
That's so funny because I thought it was shrunk already when I gave it to you because I'm like, this is so small. So maybe it wasn't even at its full shrunk yet. Full shrink.
Right, because it was a
okay.
medium,
It was from
and it was
Poshmark.
for sure not
For
a medium.
sure not. It was like a medium for a child.
It was extra small to begin with, and then I put it through, and now it's like, I guess it's Lincoln.
Does 99 need a new sweater?
Right. What did you shrink? This is a terrible
you know
podcast,
what? I don't
by the
think
way.
I really shrunk it. I just think maybe the integrity of the fabric. It seems fine, but it's
I've
a
been
great
there.
jumpsuit. Just like a little jumper
Yeah.
from La Tote. It's like I love it.
Oh my God, you going to send it back? I'll like...
No, I kept it.
Oh,
I've
you
had it
kept
for like
it.
6
Okay.
months already. I love it. It's one of my favorite outfits. That's why it's on the heavy rotation, so it's in the wash a lot.
Oh, I'm going to change the subject because we're starting to get real boring. Sometimes...
Oh my gosh, I have a really interesting topic.
Okay, well, me too, though. And
Okay,
it's about...
you can go first. I'll allow it.
It's about how we're both getting into shape, you and I.
That's true.
And
Slim and trim for the
Sarah
summer.
got here and was like rattling off her like body fat.
I was.
And how she's fit as a fiddle. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
Why are you getting weird?
Because I was thinking about, are fiddles really that fit?
There's always reason to go in a side. You should
right.
not hold back in that case. Yeah, why do people say fit as a fiddle?
Maybe because, like, in order to play well, it needs to be really fit. We need to look into this. Anyways, tell people about us being fit. Speaking of being fit.
Yeah, I made a New Year's resolution that I've actually kept. It's now June, and I'm like still
that's
keeping
right.
it. I'm really
I remember this.
proud of myself to work out and be more healthier. And I know a lot of people feel like once you get off that horse, then it's over. But I say get back on because Beachbody is amazing. That's what I use to work out because I like to do it at home. They have really intense stuff like P90X, Insanity, but they also have 21-day fix and 3-week yoga retreat, which I like. They have a ton of like celebrity trainers that you know.
And nutritional guides.
Yeah, they have recipes. They have hundreds of effective workouts that you can try if you're on the road. If you're at home, you can play it on your computer, whatever. Sarah uses it in addition to going to the gym, which makes me sick because she like does twice the stuff. Mm-hmm. But whatever,
I gotta
she's
catch
tough.
up to you.
Yeah, right. There's over 1 million people currently on
1 million?
Beachbody On Demand, and you can be on there too.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, and you can try it absolutely free. Just use the service because I don't want to do it by myself. I wanted other people to talk to me about what they're doing. Our friend Brienne, she does it with me and my friend Leah. Right now, our listeners get a special free trial membership when you text Brain Candy, all one word, no spaces, to 303030. You get full access to the entire platform for free. All the workouts, the nutrition information, and the support. Totally free. And you'll get energy and stuff to boot. Just text Brain Candy, all one word, to 303030. Okay, tell me what you were going to tell me.
All right. So,
yes,
an article. I just read this article that came out about a study that was done on wine tasting, and it turns out
I saw you tweeting about something.
Women are better wine tasters than men.
Tell me about it.
This was one of the coolest parts of the study that I really liked is that men reported more emotional responses, which is
oh my god,
right? Isn't this hilarious?
Yes.
And women had more. We were more accurate with our descriptions, so women were more accurate, and they were able to better, identify smells. So they had a wider range of scents that they were able to identify, and I think this just makes sense. I think women just need a better nose. You know, you can just smell. My baby needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Something smells a little funky in my downstairs area. I need to go to the doctor.
Right.
We need to be up on the smells.
Right.
This food doesn't smell so good and I shouldn't feed it to my family because they might die.
Yeah.
I think our noses need to be. But just the fact that the men gave them more...
Like, what were they saying?
Range of it didn't say.
What would do you think would be an emotional...
I would say using more flowery descriptors, like, this has
idiots.
This is a
no offense.
Yeah, right. Like a woodsy, oaky, that I don't know. They just said that they had a more theirs
and
were more
like,
emotional.
Yeah, this tastes like grapes,
and ours were pretty. And ours were pretty straightforward. And that people who are in the older age category, they tend to rate things higher, just in general.
That's nice.
I thought that was nice too.
I remember.
You think you get old and jaded, but you don't. You just get old and think, oh, that's nice
I like
too.
it.
I like that too.
I remember reading a quote by, I think it was Elizabeth Taylor, who talked about how when you're young, you drink rosé and like those pink, sweeter dessert wines. Then you move into the white wines, and then eventually you get into the red wines. And then as you age, you go back to the white wines. And then when you're older, you're like, just want the sweet ones.
Give me the
like
stuff
you cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're just like, give me something
I think
yummy.
that's probably exactly what was happening there.
I think so.
I think you're right.
Because I'm on the downswing. I'm going to white now.
Yeah.
In a few years, I'll be pinking it.
Susie's going to be like, pass the Moscato.
Right. But I thought, at the time I read it, I thought, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Yeah, interesting.
But you know how like old people get really stoked about fruit? You know, they'll be like, they'll give you a...
Do they?
Yeah, like for dessert, they'll have like a pomegranate.
I think that's more like...
Depression era.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Well, like those were
my grandma was also equally as excited about a fish fillet. So...
Like at McDonald's
Yes.
or what?
Oh my God, it was like her favorite thing.
Get out.
Oh,
Are they good?
No, I've never had one and I will never.
But maybe they're really good.
Oh,
you don't know.
Oh, Susie. You think a fish fillet is going to be...
I think it's possible. Here's why.
Have you had one?
No. I do know, though, growing up, like frozen Gordon's fish sticks were yummy as heck.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe it's the same deep fried white fish. How bad could it be?
Right. But the tartar sauce is where I'm like, ugh.
Hold the tartar.
Hold the tartar.
Really?
Tartar has gone too far.
When did you first know that you hated mayo?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, you know where I think it stems from is I did a mayonnaise commercial when I was a little kid.
Sarah?
Yes.
Just when I think I know you. I know who you are.
Mayonnaise and Carl's Jr. And Carl's Jr. I just
Where
watched
is the
somebody.
footage of this?
Well, the Carl's Jr. one, I never was in the actual commercial. But I watched the person who was having to eat the sandwich.
Yeah.
And they looked like they were going to be sick. And now I can't do it. I can't eat there. But
Sarah.
the mayonnaise, it was a Miracle Whip commercial. And
are you kidding me right now? Were you in SAG?
No, my mom was just a wardrobe stylist, so she would just fill us in. Like,
would you get paid though?
Probably.
You should have been in SAG, man.
Yeah, I wasn't as good of it. I mean, I was too controlling. So they would always cast us, not always, but they would often cast us together as a family where I'd be with my little brothers and I would
you guys
be like,
were real cute.
I'd be like, stop acting out, quiet I would parent them. And I was I was trying to be too perfect and they just wanted me to be a kid.
Oh my God.
I did some Disneyland commercials. That was the best. I rode on a roller coaster all day long.
And you do not
Jergens
have
soap commercial where I just said I like the bubbles with a fake dad. Oh, and then the best is that they were like, when they were doing the commercials, this is embarrassing. They were doing the commercial and I was with my fake pretend family and they were like, okay, so now we want you to start talking about the shaving cream. And I was like, well, I love the shaving cream. And they're like, not you, the dad.
You're kidding me.
I chimed in.
Oh my God.
It was my line. Like, I'm going to talk about how it made my face smooth. I was 7.
Why have you kept this from us?
I just slow release it.
Slow burn.
Slow drip.
I mean, do you think back on those times or is it no big deal?
I think back on those times sometimes.
But you don't have the footage.
I'm sure some of it you can, I mean, God, no, because things weren't even digital then.
But they didn't give you a copy?
Well,
that's gotta be funny? In Sally's trove.
It is. Once when we, the other week they were doing all those celebrity throwback headshots.
Yes.
I was like, I should have posted it.
What is wrong with you?
I couldn't find
me crazy.
Right. I couldn't find it in time. I have to go searching through the photos, but it is good. It
How
is
old were
exactly what you think a headshot in 1992 is going to be like.
And you were 10.
Yes, I was probably a little bit younger in this one.
Yeah, you weren't.
Yeah, I was probably 8 or 7 in this one.
Oh my God.
In this headshot. Oh, with fake glasses, reading a book.
What?
Because just to show I have different sides.
Range.
Yeah, I have a range.
And then
headbands.
at what point were you like, you know what? First of all, I'll get back to the mayo. But at what point were you like, this isn't for me. I'm not cut out for this line of work.
Real quick. Like, it just wasn't, you know what? No. When I went through family stuff and I started gaining a bunch of weight.
And you thought you were not.
I think that I wasn't a little kid anymore.
You aged out of it.
Yeah, I aged out of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this was really until I was in about third grade. And then
you
puberty
got
hit.
Heavier.
Puberty hit and
right. And trauma.
Yep.
That's sad. I wonder. Do you
then
ever
a decision to cut my hair all off and dye it purple and wear flower. What were the butterfly clips?
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
Woo.
Well, I know that like certain things will really blow my mind. Recently, I was thinking about how I bought a blue dress 6 years ago, and I only wore it a couple times, but I used it recently on a piece I wrote about Tomi Lahren because she had a blue dress.
I know that blue dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I love that blue dress.
It was the same dress that she had on, so it worked really well in the image. And then from that article, like different things have happened that you think, if something came of whatever these things are, you think, what if I hadn't bought that blue dress? Because to me, the image made the article clickable.
Yeah. It was a really good.
And it kind of screws my head up, like those Sliding Doors, that movie.
Yeah.
About like if you miss the train or you don't and how your life changes.
Oh my God. I'm getting like almost nervous feelings right now.
Yeah. And it gives me like anxiety.
I have anxiety right now. I'm like, what outfit should I not have thrown away?
So then I think about your life, and that's much bigger than a blue dress, but like wonder what your sliding door life would be different if you hadn't experienced that life-altering thing. Maybe it wouldn't be better. We don't know. Maybe it would be worse. Yeah. We don't know. But does that ever bother you?
I
or you
might
just
have
put it...
become a child actor.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
because I was in everything. I did
that?
all the talent shows. I probably would have.
And instead you became a reality person.
Okay. Which is kind of just...
I don't know.
It's
kind of
you
freaky.
Just being, yourself.
Yeah.
Which I felt more comfortable being anyway.
Yeah, I mean, in that movie Sliding Doors, I believe when she missed the train and like it was terrible, it ended up providing a better outcome long term.
Yep.
And so what you think is bad in one moment might be much better in the long run.
Broad City also did an amazing episode just like this, a Sliding Doors episode.
Okay.
Their first episode of the newest season, and it's really good. It's like if they missed each other and didn't become best friends and like how they would have met. Oh, like, don't
Sarah,
even...
It's
Susie,
the same.
I'm good. I have serious anxiety.
I was not supposed to be on that show, Ruins.
And it was my very first one, so it would not be difficult for us to have...
You would have a podcast right now with Kara Zavaleta. Because I took her place.
And I would be the one who had to do all the heavy lifting.
Shut up. That is really funny. But like,
wow.
If I hadn't been on that show, my whole life would be different because you're such a huge part of my life.
Whole life would be different. So
it makes me upset.
Dude. No, here's the deal. It can't make you upset. We just have to be like, this is how it was supposed to be. Thank God that all that happened.
Well, yeah, because now we could sit around and eat steak and meatballs and delicious, delicious Omaha steak products.
Thank God.
Holy crap, are they good?
Yeah. How about those apple turnovers?
I know. Lincoln loves them.
It's pretty much the whole meal and everything you want.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Omaha Steaks has the best. I grew up on Omaha Steaks. My dad is obsessed with them. So we always had them like whenever he'd like, it was payday and it was like, let's order some Omaha Steaks. And now they are still a part of our life and they are packed in my freezer right now and about to be brought out for barbecue season. I love me some meats though.
Who doesn't?
Have you been eating a lot? Have you?
Yes. And you know what?
Because you go on those kicks where you're like veggie for a minute.
Well, I'm not right now. And you know what? I was having a hankering for steak fries.
Ooh, yeah.
I went out and went to Trader Joe's to try to see if they had any. No steak fries. Open up my refrigerator. Omaha thick cut steak fries. Guess what I had for dinner?
That's so funny.
I mean, with my meat, but also steak fries.
Well, steak fries go really well with steak.
Yeah, they do.
And Father's Day is around the corner. you know how men are so into grilling?
Yes.
I don't get that.
I don't either, and boy, oh boy, they're good at it. So let them do it, because I love it.
It's fine. Men are really also hard to buy for, at least the men in my life. Mm-hmm. So I think Omaha Steaks is the perfect gift, because then you get to eat it too. So everybody's happy, right? They're really, really good. I've been eating Omaha Steaks my whole life. I always talk about how my dad bought them all the time, and we got
now
so
you're just
excited.
Bragging.
I really am, because they're so good. But you know why? Anyone can eat them, though. And here's the deal. They offer our listeners 78% off. Okay, here's the story. Right now, Omaha Steaks is giving a limited time offer to our listeners for Father's Day at 78% off. Whoa. It's really an amazing deal. Go to Omaha Steaks, and here's how you do it. You type Brain Candy in the search bar, and then you can get the Omaha Steaks Father's Day package. Here's what's in it. 2 tender filet mignons, 2 beefy top sirloins, beefy, 4 chicken fried steaks, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 all-beef Omaha steak burgers, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, 12 ounces of all-beef meatballs, 1 pound of steak house fries that Sarah can't...
That's right.
4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, plus get 4 more grill-ready Omaha Steak burgers free with purchase. Again, this is a limited time package for only $49.99.
That's so good.
When you go to omahasteaks.com and type Brain Candy in the search bar and add Father's Day package to your cart. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Go to omahasteaks.com, type Brain Candy in the search bar, grab your dad or your husband or whatevs or yourself, and fire up the grill. It's a lot of food for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Anyway. It freaks me out when I think about stuff like that.
Wow, that is just... You can really just start...
You got to let it go.
Yeah, you do.
I know, but...
Yeah,
it's
and
hard.
I think when you get that feeling that's like, I should be doing something, you just got to go for it and do it. Okay. I always am like a say
just
yes.
Just go with your gut?
Yeah, and I say yes to pretty much
that's
big
your policy.
life decisions.
There was it Shonda Rhimes that had that book called The Year of Yes or something?
Yeah,
I didn't read it, but I should. That was her thing for a whole year. She was like pretty much saying yes to everything. Mine's like the opposite.
Like,
the life
I
of
can't
no.
do that.
The lifetime.
Yeah, I've kind of balanced it, like learning to speak up for the things that, like, no, I'm not going to come to this because I really need to take some time, like, for myself, or like, you know.
That's aging.
Yeah,
that's wisdom.
I'll tell you, I shared everything about the miscarriage on here, and I have a good friend who had her child's 2nd birthday, and I was so nervous, like so much. I had so much anxiety about going, so much up into it. And I went to my therapist a few days before, and we had just talked about like self-care and the importance of that and things like that. And so like the day before, maybe it was even the morning of, I just sent her a text message, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell her exactly how I'm feeling and say, this is the situation, and I just feel like I'm not in the emotional place. She was so nice about it. It was like, what the heck was all that anxiety for?
You were afraid to tell her?
Yes.
Oh.
And then she was so sweet. It was like, I just felt like, oh, I should go to this. I really care about her. I hope she doesn't think that it,
Meanwhile, she probably doesn't even want to have the darn party. It's like what you have to do. But
it's like it's never it's never as big of a deal. It's more of a big deal in your head than it is for the other person.
True.
If you just tell the person the truth and like, look, this is, whatever the situation is. Yeah. Even if it's like, I just need a little me time right now.
I always tell my friends that
great.
I have like a cancel anytime policy because I want to be able to cancel if I don't feel up for it.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't.
But I do love it when a friend knows your BS and can be like, you need to come out.
I do love that. I do have friends who are good for that.
Because sometimes you don't feel like going out, but you really need to.
You and Mariana did that to me. A few weeks ago. Yeah.
And you looked so cute.
Because I was like, I have to look cute if I'm going out with these two.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean,
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
All these old married ladies. Like, I do hate when I go to a restaurant and it's like next to us is like mom's night out.
Suze, let me tell you about our movie trip last night. Landon and I went to the movies just on a whim.
Oh, no, you
like
saw
the
Amy Schumer, didn't you?
Well, I saw that by myself.
Okay.
So I was that lady. But this time we saw Life at the Party, the one with...
Oh, yeah. Megan or McCarthy. What's her it wasn't good?
McCarthy. There were moments where
but...
she was great. The plot line...
Terrible.
real bad. But this is the best. So Lan and I go to this movie theater that's like one of those where you can order food and they give you wine and everything like that. Not give you. You can order wine.
Sure.
And where you have like, a waiter. And we always joke about like the kind of things that are on the menu at the movie theater of like who orders that. This
like what
group
Onion
I'm going
rings?
to tell you
Okay,
this group of women come in and there are probably 8 of them and they couldn't have been louder and
they're wasted, right?
Not yet, but the waiter is like a young guy who God. These women were so excited to like
Chippendales,
yes, like to be serving them. Then I overhear Lan and I are cracking up because they go, yeah, we're all together, but we like separate checks. And I was like, oh, God. And then Landon was like, oh, here we go. Separate checks? Real big tip for him, I'm sure. No.
Sorry.
And then, and so then we're listening to them, and one woman's like, so how does that chicken come? Is it frozen or is it fresh? And he's like, well, I mean, it's frozen. And then like, she's like, okay, well then I think I'm going to go with the healthier option. I'm going to have a salad. No, like cracking up. She's like, who orders a salad
at the movies? That is great.
And so they were ordering a Chardonnay. Landon's like, can I have the lobster roll? And
are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. And a Chardonnay. Landon's like, Pinot Grigios all around.
Right, for sure.
But separate tabs.
That whenever you're a server, that is always like the dreaded, when you see a group and and they usually will wait to tell you till the end, like, after their whole bill's like hard to decipher. And it's always, I hate that it's always women, but they're always like, can I get a water with lemon and a hot tea? And they always want 50 drinks each.
Yeah, that's totally what this was. This was all those women.
Dressing on the side.
Yeah, this was those women.
No croutons.
Can you tell me what comes on the salad? Okay, great. Can I get the feta on the side, the dressing on the side? Can you put extra cranberry? I was like, oh my God.
I really tried
they
to
were
be
doing
the
this
opposite.
through all the previews. And I was like, this is my favorite part.
That is my favorite part.
You're making me miss the preview for Crazy Rich Asians. I really want to see that.
Ugh. It maddens me.
I was just dying because she's like, oh, then I'll go for the healthier option. I'll have the salad.
Sarah's judging.
Meanwhile, I was eating my Whoppers and popcorn because it's the best combo.
Together.
Oh, you got to chew them at the same time.
Oh.
Handful of popcorn, handful of Whoppers, simultaneous chew. Now, Whoppers are great, but if you could get your hands on the pretzel M&Ms,
I would love that.
They're half the calories, if not 1/3,
so
and 100% delicious.
I'm into that scene. I'm writing down #simultaneous chew.
Simultaneous chew.
Right
got
now,
to.
because
got
that's
to.
hilarious.
Got to.
Sarah's real good for like, you always have technique advice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Life hack tricks. Totally. Because I have struggled. It's like that book, like what stuff is important. What is the book that we... Hype, yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you were brought that up, I was thinking about, man, I could write a book on the things you shouldn't and should buy at the 99-cent store.
Well, give us an example.
Don't buy Ziploc baggies.
Oh, that is for sure.
Definitely don't buy any form of trash like that has to hold trash.
Yeah. There are certain things you should not buy generic.
Yeah.
And baggies and plastic wrap.
Yeah.
They're one of those.
Seriously. Mm-hmm. I mean, just throw it away. Also, the gift bags, that are, like you put gifts in.
Yeah.
Tape the bottom.
Oh.
Because it's definitely, they're at the 99-cent because that glue is not, like it's going to come apart. 9 out of 10 times I buy one there, it does. So if you tape all the edges, then you open the bag.
Surprisingly good wrapping paper.
Yeah, wrapping paper, you're good.
But wonder why. You'd think it'd be that gross, like, stuff that rips super easy.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not. It's nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else would you buy there, though?
Oh, would I buy? Oh, any organization, like those that I got all in my kitchen pantry, all those wire baskets.
No.
All the baskets I have in my pantry are from the 99-cent store.
Get out of town.
Yeah, and they sell the same ones at Target for like 4 times the price.
Wow.
But if they're there, they're there. If they're not there, they're not there. Sometimes you go and you can't count on it. So it's not like the Container Store is just going to have it. It's like if you happen to be there, check the aisle, and if they have it, grab all of them.
Do you ever buy food at the 99-cent store?
I used to when I was hard on cash. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I remember I saw Matthew McConaughey's wife. I don't know what she was promoting, whether it was a book or a blog or something, but she decided to make meals only from dollar stores.
Yeah.
Because she said a lot of times, like, they're on location and, like, the only store around is the 99-cent store. So she got really good at, like, getting creative. And I'm like, I like a gal like that.
Yeah. Like a little top ramen with some eggs.
Yes. Right. Know. Like, you can find some stuff to be yummy.
Yeah. They always have that big package of corn tortillas.
They do.
Oh my God, and they're like
maybe
the same
out
kind.
Here.
Oh, it's out here. Yeah,
no
that's
way
true.
In Pittsburgh.
That's true.
You're finding corn tortillas.
Oh my God, it's like the Mexican. They have everything.
Beans.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I like your tips. We should have a segment that's like
Sarah's tips.
Yeah.
Tips and tricks.
Because I feel like a lot of times you don't share them.
Oh well, I don't think people needed to know about the 99-cent store things to get.
People love that kind of thing.
Yeah, actually,
I think we should do a whole
all
episode
holiday stuff. Don't even go to any of the party stores or anywhere else before you go to the 99-cent store. And also, if the 99-cent store would like to sponsor us.
They don't. Okay. They don't want to sponsor us.
They don't need any
more
good. Advertising. They're
good. It's busy as heck in there all the time.
It is every time. Oh, when I was pregnant, I couldn't go in there because the stores always smell funny.
Get out.
Yeah, to me they smell. There's like a weird smell in it, and I
tell you what does though. The Goodwill and thrift stores,
they have a funky smell,
but just the same everywhere.
Isn't that weird?
Like if you combine all human
collective BO smells like that. Isn't that weird?
Yes, it is. I do not understand it. I want a scientist to say, "Here's what it is."
Yeah,
mildew mixed with dust, mixed with human like skin flakes.
But you'd think it would be like different in different areas, like
true.
I don't know why.
You would.
But it's the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what's weird about them, though? I wonder if there's, like, a conspiracy. Did they, like... You donate stuff at that store, but then did they, like, redistribute?
I don't think so, because I swear I've seen something I've donated at my local Goodwill.
I always wondered that.
I'm pretty sure. Because I'm like, I think I just dropped that off.
Because I want to go to the one around here because I feel like it would be real good stuff.
Yes, you definitely should.
All right.
Uh-huh. The Goodwill in Santa Monica is one of the best.
Really?
So good.
Sarah's starting to sweat in here. She's getting so excited about her deals.
Yeah, I do love a deal.
All right. Did you guys subscribe to our newsletter? You should. It's on our website. And also, you should subscribe to this show and leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah, man.
And also, you should just spread the word. That's the one thing I really want people to do is, like, if you like us, would you tell a friend?
Yeah.
Because I bet your friends would like it.
They would love
Sarah always stares at me during this part where she's like, yeah, they know. Yeah. I know that's what you're thinking.
Because I'm like, I'm trying to think of another call to action, you know?
That's nice.
Like a tweet. Tweet your favorite episode.
Hashtag it simultaneous chew.
Simultaneous chew.
All right, everybody.
Bye,
See you
guys.
next time. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.